Hulahans. It is
Woo!
Monday, and I know you guys probably missed
Ow.
us over the weekend, but I'm here with Johnny Brad. What's up, Johnny?
Just living this Maui dream, Danny. How about you, man?
It's the Hong Kong dream, you know? Spent the
Yep.
weekend in mainland China. I know I was reading all the reports with the chaos going on in the world. Everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't go anywhere right now. You shouldn't travel. Definitely shouldn't go to China. Super nice, man. Immigration's like, come on in, smiley, welcome. Everywhere I went, super helpful, really welcoming, amazing food. It's a totally different world than people project on the internet.
Jesus said a lot in the gospel. Be not afraid.
Yeah, too much fear, man.
Yeah,
But it
man.
it
Be
it
not
does get in your head.
afraid.
I did think about it a few times. I'm like, man, what happens if they just come at me? But I'm like, there's no reason to. No reason
There
to.
it is.
But I
There it
did get
is.
a bit of a scare. I was taking some pictures because they got some cool landscape design, and that was my background, landscape architecture.
Sure.
And I happened to
Yeah.
catch two of the military guys on their moped zooming
Oh,
through, and they came up
and
and
they
they're like,
saw you,
"You got to remove that picture now." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I was just taking pictures of the landscape." And they're like, "No worries, just delete it."
and they watched you delete it.
Yeah,
That's heavy, dude.
it was
Big
crazy.
brother. Big
Yeah.
brother.
But I was like, I'm
There you
actually
go.
thinking maybe they're doing something wrong and driving their moped through a landscape,
That's
and they didn't want me
they
to
don't
post
want,
that.
they were gonna get busted.
Yeah, more so
They're
than any
social
sort of secret intelligence.
well social credit scores, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There you
But all
go.
that being said, there's a lot of fear in the world in a lot of different places, and the reality is it's pretty normal. I mean, even in Hawaii, right, Johnny? There's a lot of fear about tourism and don't come and you're not welcome. And then there's also just you get on the ground and people are happy and grateful that you're there.
The vast majority is
Yeah,
happy and grateful. The loud ones are the ones that you just need to ignore.
that's
They
it.
just don't understand. It literally
Ignore it.
is, it comes from ignorance, and I say that in the most neutral way possible, right? Just a lack of awareness and understanding.
It's unfortunate. But what are you seeing
Yeah.
on the ground? How's the vibe?
Well,
Business as usual.
yeah, I mean, still got the Minatoya discussions going on today. Been some interesting comments coming out of certain members of our council, and boy, I sent it to you, Danny. I dropped into Grok,
Yeah.
AI. I asked him, hey, is it a vested property right? The fact that it was codified, all of this. Grok basically said, yes. Said, here's all the things that it takes in order for it to be a vested property right. And then it went through every single one. So that's going to be interesting because a lot of our council members are literally like staking the claim that no, it isn't. And, I love that I'm in Hawaii, but we're also a state of the United States. I mean, we
Yep.
have laws that protect all of us that, show up here as well and property rights. And, it always goes back to the whole, well, the Howleys took away the Hawaiian land from the Hawaiians.
Hmm.
And it's a fact. It absolutely did happen. But that was also a very, very long time ago. And you feel a lot better and you can move a lot more forward in your life if you don't carry that along with you. And
Mm.
so I wish that I could kind of set my people free in that regard. Because
Set
the
my
fact of
people
the
free.
well, dude,
Mm.
the fact of the matter is, man, this is just amazing real estate. And I was told Japan, Russia, everybody wanted a piece of us. So that's how I look at it. I'm grateful there. It was,
Well,
the
and
one that
then talking
purports
about that,
freedom.
that's kind of an interesting. Now, if we equate that back into the Minatoya list, so it's like
Yeah.
at some point there was Maui was attractive, and then there
Yep.
was this codification, which
Yep.
kind of green lighted Airbnb for a lot of people. Hey,
It
this is
did.
okay. We're pitching this as
Yes.
okay. We're advertising this as okay. And this is also
Right.
when Airbnb is growing in steam, where people are investing in property around the world. And that's all happening at the same time. And that was part of this growth, I think. And so you mentioned it earlier offline, where you're like, there's no comments or no public sharing of maybe we didn't make the right choice at that time as a council.
It comes down to government.
Mm,
That's what I keep coming back to. And,
yep.
you know how what a big mouth I am, and that's why I don't show up in any of these things, right? Because I'd be too spirited. But that's the
Yep.
truth of the matter right
Yep.
there. Yeah. The government makes the choices. The government created a tourism industry to segue from agriculture to keep our economy going. That's
Yep.
they made those choices. We're headed this direction. Now we're going for tourism. And then they built and they said this is all going to be part of that. And we, the people, don't get to make these choices. Like I hear these backlashes about like Hololani. You built your condo too close to the ocean. Well, no, I built it where the county at the time told me to build it. That's
Prove
what
it.
I did. They're the ones that had setbacks in place. Nobody could foresee that sea level rise was going to be a thing here. So let's be honest about that.
Mm.
But this constant blaming, like for me, dude, it all comes back to that. Like it is a distraction, in my opinion.
That
It
seems
is the
like life 101, right?
distraction.
When we were kids, you can't blame your
Yeah.
sister.
No, no. What's it all come back to? Whoever makes the choices and the rules, and it's on us to vote people in that make better choices for us. That's who I say it's accountable to. This is your
Mm.
zoning. You guys are the ones that went and codified this based off of an attorney that you guys hired.
Mm.
And you followed that advice. So you, the government, maybe it wasn't you personally, but somebody that was in your position put all these wheels in motion. And now you're trying to blame mainland people and greedy realtors and all these things. And you're not reflecting internally. You're not looking at yourself, the person with the power that made these choices. And meanwhile, we're rebuilding Lahaina, but not actually Lahaina. And we're 2 years away from the fire, and we still
Yeah.
haven't rebuilt the town,
Share with us a
which,
little bit. You were mentioning
yeah,
your church is inside the burn zone, and the building
yeah,
is still there. It was
yes,
some smoke damage, but not burned
yep. And we just want to get in there and remediate the church and get some new air conditioning so
because it's
we
kind
can
of
go
hot in Lahaina.
inside. Dude, it literally means hot land. Lahaina and summer is the worst part of it.
Yeah,
But no, we have to have a county inspector come in. Then we have to have an electrical engineer to map out the power load to tell them how much the power load is. And I'm like, really?
2 years
Can't
later.
just can't just bring me a power line in here? And you guys didn't initiate this here for me to get this going here?
It's
That would be
crazy.
amazing. So we're just going to build all these houses so people have places to live, but then there's no actually any economic engine, which was the town.
Yeah.
Like just building it, like literally, dude. I promise me this. We see rates and occupancy rates begin to go up the minute that we start to rebuild the town of Lahaina. Just the curiosity factor alone from that point on lights this thing up, in my opinion, because people just keep
100%.
coming back the next year going, oh my God, what's new next?
Yep.
That's who we are as humans. And if you love Lahaina, you're going to be curious. That's
Which
what
is
I'm
a lot
saying.
of
That's
people.
my prognostication, man. The minute we start to rebuild the town, but meanwhile, we're still arguing about ulu trees, ancestral bones. I mean, I love them. I
There
love
you
you.
have it. Gang,
Yep.
Hulahans, this is what this show is all about. We just want to bring you behind the scenes into our real conversations. This is how we talk back and
Yes.
forth as business partners in this real estate space who happens to help people guide, and help and guide people on real estate decisions in and on the island. And we just wanted to bring you into that kind of
It literally is. We just started
transparent,
taping our discussions.
just chit chat and talk and throw it out there
Yeah.
and give you some ideas and opinion and we're probably inaccurate on certain things and yet we're in this space and this is what we see and this is what we feel and there's real life happening.
The hot list is how we grew our business because I
Yep.
play a game called Matchmaker every day with the hot list. And when I see properties, I imagine who in my group of friends that love Maui, that raised their hand, said, John, keep an eye out for this. Who does this property match with? That literally is what the silly show is all about. And how I think
That's
about it, and you think about it, and how we talk about it, who can be here, what would be a different direction if they're trying to accomplish this, but they don't have X, but they need Y, right? Different opportunities. I want to retire on Maui, John. Okay. What's that mean to you personally? Well, I want to
yeah.
come out there for 3 months when it sucks over here in Seattle. Oh, so you're not moving over full time, but you're still retiring with Maui, right? It means different things. Nope,
for
I'm
different
pulling the
people.
plug. I'm selling everything in California, John. I'm coming over to Maui. That's another way people retire over here. And then you have people that literally just keep a second home. They don't want to rent anything out. They want to keep everything for their families. And maybe they've got an ohana that they rent out and then they come over different ways. And this is how we're creative, right? And we think of
That's it.
different ways for different people, personalize it. So, yeah,
It's not a one
that
size
was a
fits all
commercial.
because you are not a
That was
one
the
size
commercial.
fits all people. Little
No,
commercial. That's what
no,
we're about. If you like it,
that's it.
hit subscribe. If you know anyone else that might benefit from it, share it with them. Share a specific
Well, we
episode,
have,
share the channel.
yeah,
We have
it's all
something for
about
everyone
options.
here.
And quite frankly, what we've discovered, Danny, is people don't know what they want when they show up on Maui. They just know that it's on Maui and that's what
Yes.
they want, but they don't
Yes.
know how to implement it. They don't know what it looks like and all of the things. And that's where we show up.
Some people come to us with, I want a house on the mountain, and they end up with a condo at the beach. And some people want a big house waterfront, and they end up with land to build.
Yeah,
It's different for every
so
person.
true.
We can give you all
So
the
true.
stories. The initial
Allah,
conversation versus the
yes.
reality is often different.
Give yourself permission to be flexible and open. That's what I'm going to
Yes,
tell you to the dream.
because your
I'll tell you
dreams
this much
may
though.
look
I
different.
know it when you know it because I see it in your eyes every single time. That's that's what I know when I'm on the showing and I'm like, oh, this is the one. You
This
can
is it.
absolutely tell. That's who we are as creatures here on Earth, right? May not know what we want, but we know it when we see
Uh,
it.
see it and buy it. That's my shopping
Yep.
style.
There
Hey,
you go.
what do you need? I just see it and then I know. That's how I shop.
That's what's up. Yeah.
All right. Let's
Well,
give them what they
enough
really want.
commercial. Let's go. Let's dive in here. Let's see what's going on in this real estate market. Oh, show off that big, beautiful patio there at the Masters, guys. Great, great residential complex. Sits right above the resort area. Huge fan. It's never been vacation rentable. Yeah, great square footage. Have some
So
big
the
giant
question they're
three
all asking,
bedrooms.
Johnny, the question they're all
Yo,
asking is 216 days on market. This is weird. Is there something wrong with it?
no, it's just these don't vacation rent, and so the pool of buyers is smaller. That's what happens. Yep.
So it's pretty typical that
So
they are on the market for 6 to 9 months or more.
it really is with these ones here. And this is what will happen to a lot of the Minatoya list condos if for some reason the county does move forward with it and all falls in place that way. All these places up here, a couple of golf villas, bay villas, ridge, all of that, some will sell. Others will just hold on and it'll be just like this. And then when we go to sell them, I don't think they'll drop in value that much because of the location. I mean, it's still Rodeo Drive. It doesn't crash, right? On Maui. So, yeah,
Same, same.
that's
I
it.
like it. Move it along.
That one they started out aspirationally if they ever did one though.
They
Million
did. Yeah,
seven nine
that's part
five.
of it.
No. Yep.
This one
But
maybe too.
that's where we don't get to make these choices though, right? Because the client is the boss. So, dude, I swear I saw this one go pending earlier and then it was back. But check out the history, dude. She is all over the place. Like she's had it
Shots fired.
sold sometimes. Like, right? Status sold price. Am I seeing that right?
For
312 to
$63 million.
2025.
dollars.
Yeah.
I have
So
no
anywho,
idea what to make of
oh, they've been
that.
trying to sell. So here's what they bought it for in 20. They paid how much? 330, Danny.
330. And then they tried to sell it
Yep.
for 725.
That might have happened in 2022. Holly Mahina is a leasehold. It is apartment zoned. The big draw to it, though, is that they have their own beach. Now, there is no such thing as a private beach. We have an activist that has been actively activating against Holly Makina to give access. And the sister property next to it actually built, has the access now. But anyway, little peek behind the curtain, Holly Mahina. Give them a little map view. Show them a little beach.
It is an absolutely beautiful complex when you are
It is.
out
And just so
front
you know it,
there.
Hale Mahina means house of the moon. Hale House, Mahina Moon. So there's a little beach right there, gang. And that is still there. Sea level rise is not taking it completely away.
There you go. Sometimes of the year it's a little bit bigger than other times of the year.
That's it. Now the rub is, when did this lease expire here, Danny? For 1226 a month.
2046,
2046. So yeah, that's out there. That's what, 20 years
21,
out. You can get a
21 years.
15-year loan on that guy. Yeah. So
So what you're looking,
1226 per month, another 1116. You're about 2400 bucks deep in the maintenance fees. But you're buying an oceanfront condo, you're not up to drop 800-900 grand for. So there's the give and take a leasehold.
might appeal to someone.
That's it.
Alrighty.
This is the one, Danny. Woo, starting to see this market correct for certain sellers where there's like, dude, get rid of this thing already. So again, starting out, aspirationally perceived market at the time, 123 days ago at 435, and now at 299. Stepped up the incremental price reductions. So this is the behavior we are looking for in order to get a deal. Because just because there's fear and uncertainty, it still is personal. And we've got wealthy people here on this island. This is the behavior right here, from 435 down to 299. I don't know how far we have to go back for 299 for an EL Parkside, quite frankly, Danny.
The ways,
Oh,
the
so
ways.
we're starting to get back to pre-COVID pricing in some places, man, which is important to my opinion.
Yeah.
COVID did us no favors in terms of like just artificially throwing up values. And then the whole debacle with low interest rates, keeping people locked in these loans is why we're kind of a stuck market. But yeah,
And I think it's in this particular property kind of justified. Pretty
yeah,
original condition,
it's
as
rough.
is. No repairs
Yep.
done in the escrow process. I mean,
Nope.
435 was wishful thinking.
I think cash 249.9 gets a sniff.
You can get in this place. So
Yep.
affordability coming back. We've been saying that
So
for a few months now.
that
It's
two
getting
bedroom
better and
probably
better.
rents for 3 grand now. So people looking for long-term investments. Here we go. Start out with that killer pool there. We're 121 days in, 2.395. This is not the behavior. Now, Keali'i Kai, so it's not even like it's past what I consider central Kihei, but we are not
Yeah,
up against Wailea, right?
we're not in
So up
deep south yet. No.
no. So still a gorgeous neighborhood in there. This is one of those neighborhoods that was built to where like a lot of the houses are similar looking instead of your kind of hodgepodge that you'll see sometimes close by.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm not seeing $1,000 a foot personally. You need to slap an Ohana on that to justify that. I mean, this is on the same values of like, the ones off of Keone Kai or Kilahana, in my opinion. I don't see it. But that's a
it
beautiful
is.
mural.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Well done. Some
I
unique
think, yeah,
features.
man. I think that's like a chalkboard that they actually drew that picture on, quite
It looks
frankly.
like it. Yeah,
Hmm.
someone had fun.
This one too, man. I'm seeing stuff in here sub 800 now, or 899 and change. They're at 910. I mean, this sits right in front of Kama'ole Sands, right? It's right across the beach from Kama'ole 3 Beach. I liked Maui Park Shore, super convenient, but I think we see this place start to drift into the sevens personally, Danny, before they start to really move.
I think so as well, especially ground floor. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of complexes ground floor. It's got some appeal to people that just want to kind of stroll out and maybe straight to the
Yep.
beach or to the resort area. I mean, you're going right on the parking lot here. Not
Yeah.
too much to walk out to. I think
No. And
that's
then it kills the actual view too a bit, like where you
yeah.
don't get much from the downstairs. And it's only 2 levels, right? Or is it more than that?
I think it's just two levels. Yeah, maybe three.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Two.
Righty-tighty whitey. What else
We'll
we
see.
got? Oh, dude, this one's becoming kind of a deal for a hotel zone across the street from S Turns, bro. Funky floor plans at Kahana Villa. Now, great square footage, right? 1269. But the funk of it is no downstairs bathroom. Why would you ever do that? Why would you make my guests climb all the way up to the second floor to go pee pee?
Yeah, they're just gonna
But
prepare in
dude,
advance. We're not drinking at your
dude,
house. We don't want to go to the
So for
bathroom.
so here's how I'm looking at this, dude. I'm seeing two Holly Royales, which I love. Don't get me wrong, right? But
Yeah,
residential complex for 895, and I'm seeing a vacation rentable 1269 across the street for 888. That's a deal right there, Danny.
all day long. You would take this. Pretty nice amenities as well.
Dude, and 1222 for a maintenance fee for a two-bedroom hotel zone, dude. That's not bad either.
Not bad. This one is
I hate to say it.
interesting that they zoned it hotel. I feel like
I know.
I mean, townhouse style, upstairs, downstairs. Like it feels like residential.
It's interesting. And you know what's interesting, dude, there is like, so there was a very famous restaurant on the complex. Like my son just went got his haircut at Kanapali Kahana Villa because there's also some retail in there as well in
Hmm.
the front area, lobby area.
Yeah.
But Eric's Seafood Grotto, dude, that place has been out of business for probably 40 years now, and
Wow.
nothing's ever gone into it. I
Hmm.
mean, Killer View. I mean, it was a really, really famous restaurant back in the day. And then I want to say that they went over to were they at the crab catcher? No. Anyway, just speaking of the past.
There's the stories you get.
That's
Insight
it.
from the locals, stories of the
Yeah.
past. Kahana
Yeah.
Villa, looking like a deal.
Wailuku Heights, great community. Here we go. This is the behavior. Don't like that they started out at 1,999,999, but I get it. 2106 square feet. They came in just shy of $1,000 a foot. It's been remodeled in 2025. This one sits near the very top. It's kind of like eerie vibey in a cool Mana Hawaiian kind of way because it's right back up against the West Maui Mountains.
Let's show them where it's at.
Yeah. Boom.
Way back there.
There it is. So, dude, go in on that big house right there, though, by the one just down below. So that's that one
Oh, this one.
that the kind sold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dude, this is an interesting property. They did do a lot of weddings there, but the lady sold it, and the lady who built it started up she created this interesting ruler for sewing here on
Hmm.
Maui. She was born and raised Maui, Haole lady, but anyway, that's how she made her millions and developed that place there. So another little
Stunning.
aside, yeah.
So that is Wailuku Heights here.
So there it is,
All
and
the
then you
views
have
that we've talked
Kealani.
about.
Yeah, then you have Kealani, which we love, just down below it. So very cool space. I'm a fan. I could make Wailuku Heights work.
It's nice. This one, I don't know about this one location wise. You're kind of tucked in the
No,
back.
kind of sunk in. Yeah, I don't know about the views. Yeah,
No views.
they're saying mountain ocean, but yeah, maybe when you drive into it.
I don't think you're going to see much. But you got green in the back.
All righty,
You know this
right,
hood.
right close to our buddy. Yeah, so already a million bucks down. Alex is pushing this one here. 84 days in. But once again, it's like, okay, so you took a million off, but did you start out like just kind of super crazy at like maybe close to 12, 1,300 bucks a foot?
Hmm.
Now, granted, it's a half acre, so there's some things there, but yeah. Anywho,
Very open living, but lots of stuff inside.
yep.
4.95.
Dude, Grand Champion's coming back to earth, man. 869. Not used to seeing these sub 900, even though it is a 1-2. Especially this one here, which has a bit of a golf course view and, see-through view. 1-2. It is zoned apartment, so we'll see what's going to happen there. But man, 835 for fees is not bad at all.
And then taxes 1,400 a month. Oof.
Yep, because it's still a TVR, I bet.
And twice a year you have Wailea Community Association fees.
There it is.
So a few different fees involved. Grand Champions. This
Yep.
property was going to the moon at some point. It was just going up. Now it's starting to come back down to earth. A bit of some originality in those tiles.
Mm-hmm.
Been around. Maui Vista.
Oh, buddy. I mean, so they came in at what they thought was going to be event-based pricing, but they're unfortunately more at perceived market now. And they're showing the behavior. They're trying to do some little incremental price reductions. This one's more of like a for sale by owner, quite frankly, with
Yeah.
Natalie on it. It's a
True.
service where she just puts it into the MLS for you, and then you negotiate directly with. But yeah, the seller definitely wants to sell. I mean, these were in the sevens all day long.
They were. And they're in the threes all day long when I first started.
There it is. Starting to come back to
Pretty
earth, man.
pretty original. I think this one's got a ways to go before it's attractive to someone
Yeah. Yep.
with everything going on and the conditions. So we'll
Agreed.
watch
It
and
feels
see.
apartmenty in there, man.
Sure does.
Yeah. So here we go. Cottages at Kealani, but great square footage there at 1,800 and change. I don't know. I mean, they're already doing the price reductions. I think that needs to be in the, I don't know, 1.2, 1.3, somewhere in there, maybe. I don't know. I get that other stuff sells, those single levels sell for a premium up there. Oh, dude, that looked like full Sub-Zero action there in the kitchen. So they did put some nice stuff in there. But that's the thing nowadays, man, is like sometimes like even though you're super remodeled, maybe you just sell quicker than the other ones in the neighborhood because the market's just so uncertain and it's not, not super motivated.
Not super motivated. That's kind of what
Yeah.
you're seeing here. 60 days, no action.
Yep.
All comes down to price at that point, right? Would you
It
agree,
really
Johnny? Does it
does.
just come down to price, or is there really something that we can do to squeeze some marketing juice out of it and really sell it for a price that the market doesn't like?
Yeah, dude. I mean, if I knew how to do that, Danny, I'd only do it for myself, right? If I could sell overpriced properties and just be the master of them, dude, I'd just murder it. Now
Maybe,
this one,
maybe.
he has continued to show up in the hot list, which I get. Well done, dear DJ. But yeah, market's telling him 2 milli might be too much there. So I reflect on this one with just down the street. There's one at Kilinahe. That's a gated community just below Napili Villas, but it literally is a house and then a separate detached Ohana. Walt's got that at sub 2 million right now. So I'm reflecting on that one with this one. Kind of feel that other one's a better play.
Better play a little more prestige. This is a nice
Yeah,
property,
just
just
it
not at this
is.
price.
Oh,
So we'll see. That one's been literally on the hot list, I think, every episode for the past 3 weeks.
owner agent. Now this one here, man, when you had something close in the 499 range for a one bedroom at KGE, kind of tough, huh, dude?
Really tough, even with the updates. You
I
can't,
mean,
and we saw some, should we pull back the curtain a little bit on this? We saw some internal chat in our with our colleagues about being frustrated that an agent sold a property at a ridiculous price in another complex, right? Uh,
right.
Even though the comps and previous sales may be saying it could be worth a little bit more, but nobody was paying that, so they dropped the price.
Yes.
It's sold. Um, this is kind of a similar situation, I think, because the market's saying one thing and people are trying to force it to do something else, and it just doesn't happen.
Now, to be clear, like one comp does not make the comps, and yet having a dinger of a low price will affect your sellability. And we dealt with that in Apili Villas
Hmm.
for a bit as well, because the ones that had closed, there was one that went for 600 off market. I knew the story behind it. It was just stress sale because the owner had passed away. But then right after that, another one sold regular on the market. They brought for like close to 800 to start, and then they sold that one for six. And so it's almost like the market had to forget about those and we had to be on market, for a longer period of time because of it. But
Starts
yeah,
the
man,
trend.
it's where it's headed. Everybody feels great that prices aren't coming down, but if you're trying to sell it and you're just sticking on the market with everybody else, you're not going anywhere.
You're
That's
not
why that
going
person
anywhere.
dropped so much. They're like, I need to go.
When you need to go, price is your lever to make that happen quicker. That's the story. Palama Gardens. This one
Oh, we remember
has been an
still.
interesting one. Yeah.
It has
Came
started
in
out
at
at a
one
million and
five,
change.
one
Yeah, the
two, one
first time
five,
around.
something like that.
Another
I
another glorified for sale by owner.
still don't
Yeah,
see it.
absolutely not. I mean, I got no AC. I got half a bath and a full bath.
This is my outside space.
I'm in Kalama area, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. There's some elements around the little cove, Kalama Park.
So 775, two, 1.5, 936 square feet, residential, townhomey. There's only a couple of units here in this complex. They paid three something for it. Tried to turn around and sell it for 1.5. Now they're down to 775.
I think the $1,521 per month in maintenance fees is killing it for him, Danny.
It's not helping, that's for sure.
No,
Taxes, three,
yeah.
3+ and change. So they're not paying
So that's
residential
second home.
taxes.
That's what I'm guessing is second home. All righty, here we go. This is the Cherry Ohana using their buddy. This is in Waikapu, 1774 square feet. Great little home. I know this particular seller. He's just trying to rebuild back in Lahaina. So they're good people.
Hmm. Sold as is. Here you go. I mean, so how does this compare to the one that we just looked at earlier? The cottages one at 1.5.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, at least the cottages, you got a bit of view. I'm going to say
mm,
that Kealani's more of a prestigious neighborhood all day long than
for
Waikapu.
sure.
Nothing against it, don't get me wrong. But Kealani's got more prestige for sure. But this is a
Hmm.
nicely remodeled home, man.
Two hundred
So
fifty
they,
thousand dollars between the two difference.
yeah, he paid 1.2 for it as the rub.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, so that's what happened where people like my mom that were able to go out and buy homes quickly, the people that didn't buy them as quickly, the market was so competitive at that time, right? And so unfortunately, it pushed them into overpaying a bit. And now we have this correction. It's being tough to get out of some of these here.
You're battling with a
So
lot of competition, and now there's little competition.
there it is. That's why even when we see the occasional home that goes for a little bit more, it's like 10, 15 grand, not some of the craziness we saw, even in
Not so
the
much.
thousands.
This one's showing
So
some signs. 300,000
here's the
in 11
behavior.
days.
Yeah. So just phone's not ringing at all.
Nope, not
Well,
at all.
Kala'o-Wailea's got a vibe though, man. If you love, being able to walk out to shops and restaurants, I mean, you can literally walk to Monkey Pod, Wow Sushi. You can go to Peoples and Paws, the pharmacist. Oh my God, dude, their marketing campaign is everywhere on the Surfer channel. They can sing their jingle. But yeah, Kala'o-Wailea is a vibe. It's a nice residential complex.
Little view,
Eight
kind of like a professional complex is what it feels like.
It is, but 1820 for the fees, and I got 1,241 square feet. That's a lot, man. What is going on with those fees there? What do
That
I
is a
get
lot.
for that?
Just a pool, a little
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
That's about it.
You could walk to the
Kalawaleo.
beach, take you about 10, 15. So here we go. Interesting one here up at Laniopoko. 2 bedroom, 3 baths. So this is built sub 2014. So there was different rules and restrictions back then. This one actually comes with a barn with a full bath. Let's just call it the Nohana.
Hmm.
So this is CPR'd, right? So unit two. So there it is. So those are the two structures you're buying. The main house is the one with the pool just below it. So that's the scoop. Two structures here. 2.299, kind of in the range, dude, for Laniopoko. This one will catch somebody's attention.
Very cute
Got
looking.
that Hawaiian, got that Hawaiian vibe feel.
It's wild, isn't it wild how old stuff starts to look? Even 20, like 2001, but this is starting to look like pretty dated.
It is. It's 24 years old, Danny.
I don't know, but 2001 doesn't feel like that long ago.
I know, right? Shoosh. Man, how old was
Yeah.
I then? I was 31 years old. I was
Nice
just
views.
starting to have kids. Yep. Gets a little
There it is.
funky in this section though, man. Maybe there's some power lines we're not seeing. 'Cause, yeah.
Hmm. Harbor
Harbor
Lights.
lights. Oh man. You can
We just
basically
listed
get
another one at
zero.
295 and nobody's getting any action, but we're going to keep listing them in 295.
Basically, cash only purchases at Harbor Lights. They've got so much
Yep.
litigation, plumbing issues, crap. It's sad because here is what our local county council is trying to tell local people is go live in condos, and I can't get them financed at the least expensive complexes on the island. Like I get this done in a DSCR loan with 100 grand down and probably be a 9% rate.
Unreal.
Yep. Oh, there you have it.
What is that?
I don't know.
Like they
What was
fixed or
that?
what?
I don't know
I
what
don't know
that
what
was
they're
all
trying to
about.
show here.
What was that, brother? Woo!
I guess, I mean, it's a flip.
I don't know.
Interesting picture selection.
That was bizarre, dude. That's the kitchen or is it the bathroom? What are you showing me
Uh,
that for?
Here's what it used to look like, guys. But you should pay a premium
Yeah.
price with their
Oh
iPhone
my
pictures
goodness. Good times.
when other units are selling for 200.
Yep. It's fun to list though. I got a new listing today. Kauhale Street. Here we go. Now we're closer to where's this? Haliki. Oh, this is
Tijuana.
South. Is this North Kihei?
This is right on the edge of Wailea.
Wailea. Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I thought. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Two bedroom, two bath, 1225 square feet. I mean, so misleading. Like the front of the house, I'd be like, no, that's not 1225 square feet. And then what's the detached Ohana? How big is that? One.
1,500.
G Give me an aerial view. Let me see where they slammed all this good stuff in. I mean, I'm only looking at an 8,000 square foot lot. It's a little bit bigger than mom's. Maybe this will tell me how to configure it.
There you go.
So we are right behind. Is that the dog park there?
No, this is, what is this? Maui
Is
Kamoli.
it? Okay. Sorry. And then Maui Hill over there, or
Yep, Maui Hill next
yeah,
door.
right there. Gotcha. So that's where we're at. Scroll in. Let's see where this Ohana fits on this thing. Oh, look how cute. There it
In
is.
the back,
Boom. Okay. That's how I'm gonna build mine right there.
a house in the front.
Yeah. Well, house backing up to the highway, and then maybe the Ohana kind of like an L, and then a
Mm-hmm.
bigger area in the front there. That's what I think I may do.
Courtyard action. Outdoor kitchen in the middle for all of Johnny's parties.
That'd be good,
Little
huh?
teppanyaki grill.
Let's check my gotta get my tenants right, man. Got to take care of them.
That's it.
Huh.
Start your Pinterest board.
Yep. That's not bad for the area at 1,600,000, man, with an Ohana. So there you go. Like if you're being somewhat creative, you would consider that for a potential second home. You either
Yeah.
live in the main house and rent out the back, or vice versa. Move about the property as your lifestyle changes. That's the opportunity right there, or else just come over, move, and get the income,
Because you could
or
absolutely
have family.
just leave the Ohana open for yourself and your family and friends whenever you guys want to use it, and someone rent the
There it
house,
is.
and
That's it.
off you go.
This thing here, man, even at 1225 square feet, that'll still rent for 5 grand in that area.
Easy.
Yep.
Five
It's a cool neighborhood.
grand. Sure is. Now here you go. Here,
Oh,
this
brah.
is
So
kind
this
of
is brand
interesting.
new, man. Yeah. This is coming in much lower than, oh, well, that's why. So ground floor, C building. Um, actually going to be up in there tomorrow. All right. This could be the drop. Oh, well, I know of another one, but it needs a lot of work and it isn't 895.
Yeah, $100,000. I mean, that's probably what it would cost to do a remodel.
Everybody seems to be pricing Holly Royale so aspirationally. I mean, I love the community. I think it's so cool. And there's so much cool amenities and it's very lush. But yeah, I'm not putting it on this particular pedestal myself.
There you go. Current rent is 3,050. They got a deal. And condition is before the tenant moved in, so it might need more work.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Owner realtor again. A lot of owner
Ah,
realtors.
that's how you make the money here on Maui. I'm just the stupid one.
Just buy all the properties. Oh,
Yeah.
here's
Oh,
something interesting.
Kai. Okay. Is this, it's Waikapu-ish, right? Waihehe-ish. Not Ocean View Estates?
It doesn't say Ocean View Estates. Let's take a peek. Where are we at?
No. Yeah, just outside of the Kain. That's Pakakalu over there, right?
down
Oh no, it is
here.
Pakakalo. It's in Pakakalo.
This
We are
sub
in
neighborhood.
Pakakalo. Okay. That's action. That's gonna move for the area.
Well, it should.
930.
Look at that
Yeah,
view.
that's well priced. That's well priced, man. Yeah, the
Super
house is not
nice.
horrible.
There you go. Some we talked about last week, salt damage.
Yeah.
You're seeing
You're
it.
gonna buy TVs every year, gang.
You're seeing it. What? 930? Three beds, three and a half
Bro,
baths, 1,500
that's
square
gonna move.
feet.
That's gonna move.
That will move. Well done, Joshy. Price
Hmm.
price that one well. Key Hay Visitors.
Oh, Danny, we have gone sub 500 out the
As
gates.
as we
Out
should.
the gates. That looks like rough carpet to me.
As we should. Very original kitchen,
Yes.
rough carpet,
Yes.
upstairs
Yes.
unit.
Yep.
Only
In the
499 might be a
18
bit
building.
high, Johnny.
Yeah, I do too, buddy. That's original cabbies there. 18 building. Am I up by the highway?
No, you're kind of right in the middle.
Which ones are the highways? What are the buildings?
One, two,
Are
three,
they
four,
low?
five. Yeah,
That's it, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
So 18 is kind of on that south side, connecting with the neighborhood
Got
apartment
it.
complex.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't
that's
rush on this one.
nope. It starts. You see the price only, and you start to feel excited, and then you dig into it and realize
They still
probably
priced it
needs
aspirationally.
still pretty aspirational. Yep.
Yeah. Bill knows what he's doing. But again, the client ultimately makes the choice. Oh, bruh, up here, Lahaina. Guy finally sold it. 63 days in. Somebody's going to put a business in there. That's an office condo up by the kind. Oh, that's the kind, the West Side Foreign Auto.
There you go.
Yeah, you got Sale Pepe right across the street right now.
So kind of interesting. A lot of these seem to be turning over pretty quick.
Well, dude, the people need business and Lahaina's not being rebuilt, right? So
Yeah.
taking up whatever spaces they can. You know what Sale Pepe did? They opened up
What's
an
it?
express in Whalers Village.
Hmm.
Bro, $40 for a New York style pie.
Wow.
But I bet gonna be, oh no, here we go. This is how you price in the new market for uncertainty. Haleakala Gardens, right next to Maui Park Shore, right next to, oh no, I'm sorry. That's
No.
Haleakala Shores. I got
No.
excited. This one's in better condition. That's why.
This
That's why.
is up
So
north,
now,
Kihei.
yeah, this is okay price. I'm sorry. I got all excited.
695. What was
Haleakala
the one listed?
Shores.
You showed one of these recently to our client.
It was a two bed, I think, for like, oh no, was it three bedrooms? No, it was three bedrooms. And
So
it was six and
730.
change.
Was it six and change?
Yeah,
630
maybe
or
it was
something?
730, but it
730, I
still
think.
needed some work. Like the guy made his own countertops out of plywood in the kitchen and stuff. And that was the
Hmm.
feedback she was getting. And that's the feedback our client gave us. They're like, John, I'm not handy. This thing needs some work.
They offered you a small credit to try to lure you back.
Yeah. Ma'alaya Kai, somebody said, I don't care if I can vacation rent it. I just want that view.
Can't beat that view.
It's yours.
Interesting precedent. I mean, pretty original condition.
Slap some floors on there and AC.
Multiple floors, types. 683 a
Yep.
month in fees. Not bad. Beautiful. I mean, gorgeous
Nice yard
oceanfront.
right
I
there,
mean,
bro.
perfect
Yeah.
grass, manicured like a golf course. They cut it real short. Nice pool,
So,
barbecue. It's a spot for sure. There you have it right there.
nice. Yep.
But interesting, those are still moving somewhere in the six, mid six, upper six range.
Yep. But
So,
this one just needed one.
well, that tells you what the market's looking like there.
Look
And
at this one, bro. Just stood strong, man. 1,650,000. Well, that one went into escrow fairly quickly. That makes more sense now. So
moved quick. This was the one that
7
had all
days
kinds of
in.
little houses with it.
Uh, huh.
A little
As
studio, this and that.
artist studio, there it is. Yeah.
Moved quick.
And I had that one there. Yep. Bro, this one here, somebody negotiated hard, bro. I mean, to come off like that quickly down 500, well done.
All cash, 6 weeks.
Yeah, that place
Close
has a
them up.
vibe too, and that's fairly new construction for Maui. How many acres was that on?
7.
There you go. Unit one, they CPR'd this guy too, huh?
Pretty good value then.
There it
Sounds
is.
like it. Well, we covered some
Done.
topics today. Brought you behind the
Oh,
scenes, peeled the onion a little bit. Hope you
big South
enjoyed
swell
it.
tomorrow. Big South swell
Oh,
tomorrow.
if you meet
Island's all
Johnny
talking
tomorrow,
about it.
he might not
It's
be
gonna be
around.
packed. Yeah, I might drown or get taken by a shark.
Where are you gonna go? Shark Pit?
Shark Pit. Yes, indeed. Was thinking I might surf the Peely Bay because it was super hyped, high surf advisory, gonna hit Monday, and now it's not hitting till tomorrow. So, but it could get up here, bro. People don't know that, but man, South Swells, if it's big enough, I've scratched over some solid ones in the middle of summer in the Peely Bay, like easily pushing double overhead.
There you have it. Surf Report live from
Boom.
Maui. Johnny Brath. We'll see you next
Aloha.
time.
Thanks for tuning in, gang.
Hui